Today I am going to show you how to make a graph using Google Sheets. We first need to get to Google Sheets. So to do that, you're going to use the menu bar in the upper right-hand corner of your screen. So we would the Google waffle. We click on that. We go down to Sheets and then click blank. Now on some Chromebooks, that'll show up in the lower right-hand corner of the screen as a plus sign. But for most kids, I think it shows up on the top bar. Now I already made one because I wanted the data sheet in here and wouldn't let me paste it. So this is the data I'm going to use. This is from the assignment we had the other day where we were graphing Molly as she grew up. So I just want to show you the data cells as I'm going to enter them. I basically want to type everything in these cells exactly how they appear in the first two rows. So I'm going to include the headings. So we have age, and I'm going to put the units in there as well, which is in years. And then in the box next to it, it will be her height, which would be in centimeters. And then whatever I put in that first column is going to be on my x-axis. So the age is the independent variable. The height is the dependent variable. So that will go, the second column will go on the y-axis. Then I'm going to enter the numbers exactly how they appear. I tend to go vertically down instead of over. So then I can just hit enter each time. I'm just typing in these exactly how they look. Don't include units. Any sort of letter or any non-number that you enter will not let Google graph it correctly. So it's not going to make the right kind of graph if you enter any sort of letter or anything in there that's not a number in those cells that you're going to plot. Then there's going to be a tricky one for some kids. You want to click in this top box for age, for years, click and hold. Don't let go of your thumb, and then use your forefinger to drag while you're still holding with your thumb so that all of these boxes get highlighted blue. If you mess up at any point, it might copy some cells over and you might look like you lose your data. Just remember, undo here is your friend and you can get right back to where you were. Then we're going to have a lot of quick clicks here. We're going to go to Insert, Chart. Mine came up pretty quick, but sometimes at school and some of your Chromebooks, it takes a little longer for this to process and come up, but it will. You get a graph that looks like this. Occasionally, you won't have a scatter plot. It will do it as a bar chart. That can be edited using the chart editor option. So you're just going to go to setup, which is the first thing over here. If this doesn't show up, by the way, you can access it by going to edit chart using these top three cells. So you go to setup and then do the chart type. So mine is already for a scatter plot, but I can select and make it a bar chart, a line chart, but we want a scatter plot. So I'm going to select scatter chart from that menu if that's not what it gave me. Then all of the other things we need to do are in this customize menu. So we want to change the x-axis. If we look, we notice it does not start at 0. It's starting at 1, which is my smallest x value. I can get that to a couple different ways. I can simply hover over these numbers I want to change, and notice how I get that gray box over it. Basically, if you hover over something you want to change and click on it, Google will bring that up on the right-hand side for you to edit. So if I click on those numbers, this automatically selects what I wanted. I want customize, horizontal axis. I can manually select customize, horizontal axis if I want. And then there should be an option for minimum value. Sometimes you have to scroll a bit to find it. And I'm going to enter in 0. I want to tell it that I want my x-axis to start at 0 and not at 1. You can make a maximum value if you want. Sometimes you might want to change your y-axis, so you could click on that and it will bring up editing options for the vertical axis, because maybe your y-axis has a y-intercept that goes below 0. So maybe you want to set that to be like -5 or something like that so that you can see your y-intercept on your graph. But in this case, I don't have to do that. Then the other thing I want to change is I want to get a trend line that shows on my data. So again, it's under customize. So I select customize. I want to find the option for series. And then when I hit the drop down from there, I'll find a box that says trend line if I scroll a bit. And notice as soon as I hit trend line, some other options will come up. So I hit trend line and I get some other options. The one we want is this label that says none. I'm going to go and select use equation there. Because now if I look on my graph, it's coming up with the shell of that equation we talked about the other day, where we're using the slope-intercept form. This is my y, my height, equals, here's my slope, this value before the x, this is the one of the things we need to change. We want to change that to be probably, in this case, a for age, plus 67.3, which is where my y-intercept is. So it's telling me what my slope is, what my y-intercept is, and it's giving me like a start of the equation. Now, if I was to do this for the lab, I might want to change this. I'll type it in this box for an example. Maybe I'll just do h for height equals parentheses and then 6.87, which is my slope. Oops, put the units in there, which you'll have to figure that out by using whatever's on your y-axis divided by whatever's on your x-axis, so centimeters per year, in the parentheses, and then times x plus your y-intercept, 67.3, and that needs a unit too. That would be in centimeters. So this is how I would enter my equation. So I do need to add in the units. I need to change, oops, this should be a, sorry, not x. I need to change my x to be something other than x, something a little more meaningful. And in this case, I'm choosing not to write out the word for height and to use h instead. If you should need to copy this into another document, you can hit edit or go to that editing option again, but this time choose copy chart, and then you can go into like a Google Doc or whatever document you want to add it into, and then you can paste it into there. For some reason, pasting, oh, that's right. Pasting doesn't work on my document camera. Maybe it'll work this way. View, edit, paste. Nope, it's not working. Let's try it again. Copy chart. It should work. I'll try one more time. If not, it's because I'm recording the screen. I think it won't let me do that for something else too. Yeah. So that's how to do it. So I also have a non-video tutorial you could watch or read through as well if you need a review on just a step or two.